Hey everyone! In this video, I will explain you that how it all works, like how you can develop a project. So some of you are maybe confused that electronics seems to be a little complex, like we have hardware and we also need to create programs. So how actually it works, how we can create projects by our own and how we can handle all these things at once. So creating any project from scratch include these 6 steps: idea, requirements, algorithm, design, program, and final project. Now let's discuss each of these one by one. So it all begins with an idea. You have to look out for the problems around you and then you have to think of an idea that can solve that problem. Day by day, new inventions are happening. They are all results of ideas that people like us had developed. You have to just observe the right problem that you believe you can solve. And now, after that, our second step is requirements. So, once you got an idea, your work begins. You will have to convert that idea into a real project. And for that, your first step is analyzing the requirements, like what you need to create that project and what functions it will have. Then you need to find out two things: feature requirements and structure requirements. Feature requirements includes what feature your project is going to have. You have to make a list and sketch of all the functions that you are going to involve in your project. Like it will have any lights, or it will measure pressure, or it will measure the temperature, or any feature that it will have, you will have to list it down. And once you have finalized the features, you have to analyze the components and structure requirements. Like if you have to measure the temperature, then which sensor you will need, or what components can do that for your project. You also need to analyze whether your project will be immobile or mobile, like it will just stay at one position, or it will be a moving project having wheels or legs, etc. Because robots are not just those moving and flying machines. Every digital device that uses a microcontroller and perform any task is a robot. Like even your microwave oven and your digital alarm clock are also robots. And the complete structure of a project depends on whether it's a stationary project or a moving one. Let me explain you a little more about the structure of a robot. So there are basically 4 kinds of robotic structures which are based on the mobility of the project, which include the immobile robots, mobile robots, locomotive robots, and the drones. Immobile robots are the robots that does not move. They doesn't have any motion element like any wheels or propellers. However, these are the most common robots we use around, like a washing machine, a microwave oven, a smartphone. And if we talk about the Arduino projects, then we have a LED blink project, or a temperature detector, or even a laser alarm system fixed on the walls is an immobile robot. Now after these, we have the mobile robots. So these are the robots with wheels as a moving element. They can move around using wheels and gear motors. As you can see here in this picture, it's an obstacle avoiding robot and is an example of a mobile robot. And there is one more thing here, that based on the number of wheels used, they can be 2 geared or 4 geared or 6 geared. Like this obstacle avoiding robot is a 4 geared mobile robot. And here I have listed few more examples of mobile robots, which includes a robotic car, any rover, or a voice controlled robot. Now after the mobile robots, we have locomotive robots. So these robots use different kinds of legs to move. They move like humans or animals or even like insects. Like a humanoid robot uses 2 legs to move, just like we humans do. A quadpod uses 4 legs like animals have, while a hexapod uses 6 or 8 legs to move like insects. So these are some examples of locomotive robots. And then in last, we have drones. They uses flying mechanism to change their positions. They have propellers which help them to fly. And just like the wheels, there can be 2, 4, 6 or even 8 propeller drones. And they are one of the most popular robots at present and have a lot of applications in many sectors. So this is all about the requirements, that how we can find out our functional requirements and how we can find out our structure requirements. So I hope it will help you. And now after this, we have the algorithm. Now once you have analyzed all your requirements, then you need to work on an algorithm. Now first let me explain you what is an algorithm. So it is a set of instructions for solving a problem or accomplishing a task. Like suppose you want to prepare a cake, then before proceeding, you have planned the steps in your mind. Like first I will prepare the mixture and then we'll put it in oven, and during that time we'll prepare the fruits for toppings. Similarly, when we create projects, we first create a roadmap. where we write the steps that we are going to follow to complete our project. And this is all about the algorithm. We will learn more about these in the later videos where we will actually learn to create the algorithms. Now after all these steps, now we have an idea, we know the components and structure requirements, and we have also finalized the steps to create it. So we will now begin creating our project, and first thing we will do is the design. We first make a prototype design for our project, but it may not be the final design. You can change it anytime you want to. And why this is important? Because in a prototype design, we get to know that at which ports we will attach what component, so that we can create correct programs. Like with design, we'll get to know that at which port we have connected the sensor and at which port we have connected the LED, so that while writing the program, we doesn't have to worry about the connections. It will increase your efficiency and reduce the chances of errors. So this is all about the design. And now after all these, you have to write the program, where you will write a code and feed the instructions to the computer brain. This is the most important step of creating a project, because a code will define how perfect your project will work. And it's really easy to do that. You will soon find out in the videos. So this is all about the program for right now. And in the end, the last step is putting all these things together, following the algorithm steps and connecting all the components according to our design, and interfacing the microcontroller with the program in its memory to our hardware components. So this is all about developing a project, and I hope it will help you. More you will learn about these when we will actually develop the projects, and there you will get more and more comfortable with these steps. So thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.